Okay, Cafe. Summarize the start of this video so people know what they're getting into for this patch. Okay. They added flow state, aura, and made the Inklings more snatched. Yo, what's going on everyone? It is Super Cafe and welcome to version 11.0.0 for Splatoon 3. Probably the biggest update that we've had since Grand Fest for sure, because big changes are coming to the game. Literally everything has gotten changed. They added flow state to the game, which I know sounds crazy and like a clickbait title. Yeah, the English version is called aura and the Japanese version is called flow state, but it's not. It really isn't. It is 2:20 for me right now. I'm probably gonna drop this video at like 3 a.m. or something, so extra spooky, I guess, to add to this, because I guess change is scary. Yeah, we'll just go with that, because change is scary. And here we are on the official Splatoon JP Twitter account, because all of it is way more organized cleanly on here than it is on their actual website. It looks so ugly. Starting from version 11.0.0.0, if you perform feats like taking down opponents in quick succession within a short time, the ink inside the splatter's bodies may start to boil, sending all of their muscles into a frenzy, entering a splat flow state. Overflowing ink will spread all over the surroundings, boosting their athletic abilities. Honestly, this is pretty cool, promoting a more aggressive playstyle when it comes to Splatoon, which I don't know why you'd want to promote that even more, because it's already crazy, fast, and competitive, but hey, why not? It says the squid flow state continues for a while after activation. During its duration, the effect time will be slightly extended. If you defeat an opponent, or if an ally defeats an opponent you've dealt damage to, when the effect is extended, the ink overflowing effect will trigger again. So take active action to connect it into your next big play. Another thing that's also starting that I don't think is a really good change coming to Splatoon is that they're going to be adding a health bar. It says here, starting in version 11.0.0, during battles, the approximate remaining HP of allies or opponents taking damage will be displayed on the screen. You can make use of it, like rushing to help an ally in a pinch, or following up on an opponent that your ally has already damaged. I think personally, the whole like mystique of like not knowing how low your opponent is adds to the stealth of Splatoon, so I don't really know how much I'm gonna like it. They do say here that it's only gonna be displayed for a couple of seconds after they take damage, and people who are like behind stuff or aren't like actually visible, a health bar won't appear. But I still don't know how I really feel about that, considering like, I don't know, I think it gets rid of like the essence that Splatoon has. Also that bar is like pretty big too, like on the screen. I'd get very distracted by it. I don't know if I like this change at all, but we'll just have to wait how it is when, of course, you know, we have the update in our hands. It also says here, starting in version 11.0.0, during battles, the hitbox of players in squid form will become smaller than before, making it harder to get hit by enemy attacks. It's gotten a bit slimmer, bringing it closer to the width of the hitbox for players in human form. The hitbox when crouching has also been made smaller in the same way. You can't really see the hitbox change for the squids in their human form, but when they're in their squid form, that size difference is pretty noticeable. Just looking at it on a surface level, it's absolutely. But to make up for this change, the hitboxes for each main weapon has been enlarged, so it's easier to hit people in their humanoid form. And then, of course, weapons that don't go as far have had their hitboxes enlarged. I'm gonna go to the patch notes, but before we do that, I thought it'd be really funny to note that they actually gave Stealth Jump its own section. Stealth Jump got a very, very heavy nerf, and yeah, it's absolutely insane that they gave it its own section. The flight time now is crazy. You're gonna be in the air for a long time, you know, with that stealth jump. It's very noticeable for sure. And yeah, if you're a stealth jump user like me, it's gonna suck. Same thing with the hitbox changes too, like especially if you're an E-liter main. I main Splat Roller / E-liter. Yeah, it's just absolutely insane. I don't know how I'm gonna cope with this. I need to get my clips. If you're watching this video before the update goes live in 2 days, well, I guess it's 1 day since Japan time, then yeah, get your E-liter clips right now, because it is going to be way harder to hit people very, very soon, especially if they're in their squid form. You guys are so lucky. While I was making this video, the patch notes actually dropped in English, so I can now cover them. Originally, I was not going to include them in the video if they didn't drop them in English, but they finally happened, so now I can cover all of it accurately. So starting Starting off with L3 Nozzle Nose. L3 Nozzle Nose de-glitters L3 Nozzle Nose. Increased the speed of the shots approximately by 24% without changing the flight distance. Decreased the radius of the ink splatter at the point of impact approximately by 15%. Dynamo Roller, Gold Dynamo Roller, and Stars Dynamo Roller. Increased the inking spray of droplets from horizontal and vertical swings. Adjusted the damage fall off rate due to the distance, making it possible to deal 100% or higher at greater distances than before. That is very, very significant, and I love that so much because I love using roller, but it just does not kill. Hopefully it does now, and we can get that Splatoon 1 version back that we all miss very, very dearly. And increase the amount of ink consumed by horizontal and vertical swings by approximately 17%. So it did get nerfed in that, but hopefully the trade-off is worth it. I'm going to look into that a little bit more once it actually does drop. Blaster, Custom, and Gleams reduce the time when the movement is restricted after firing by approximately 1/30th of a second. H3 Nozzle Nose, D, and Viper increase the maximum damage from 44% to 45%. Splat Roller, Crack On, and Order reduce the amount of time it takes to ink to begin recovering after a horizontal and vertical swing by about 1/30th of a second. Hopefully that helps a lot. I know it's only 1/30th of a second, so it's not that big of a change, but dang, sometimes it does take a while to like recharge ink once you like are recovering from a roller swing, and it sucks a lot. Heavy Splatling and Heavy Splatling Deco and Replica and Order, oops, almost forgot that one, increase the radius of the inked by spray droplets from shots by approximately 12%, and increase the radius of the ink splatter at the point of impact by approximately 12%. The Dark and Light Tetra Dualies, the shots of them have been increased by approximately 19% without changing the flight distance. Splatbrella, Solarbrella, and Orderbrella Replica reduce the amount of ink consumed when firing a shot by approximately 9%. And the S-Blast 92 and 91, a weapon I love to use since of its amazing design, decrease the radius of explosive damage for short flight distance shots by approximately 11%, which sucks a lot, man. I love using that thing, so it hurts me. And I'm pretty sure it means like the one that's really up close. It was basically like a Luna Blaster and a Range Blaster in one, or a bit just a basic blaster, which I loved about it, but oof, may not be like that anymore. And then a bunch of points required for special weapons has changed. I'll slap that on screen. I'm not going to go over that. And Reef Slider got buffed. Increased the radius of the explosion that deals 220 damage by approximately 20%. There are no changes to the radius of the area that deals 70 damage. Slightly raise the center point of the explosion to make it harder for opponents to avoid it by using a small height difference. Decrease the radius of inked by the explosion by approximately 7%, and decrease the maximum distance of the charge by approximately 19. I guess this was like a slight buff and nerf for Reef Slider, so you know. And then of course there were some bug fixes, player control fixes, and a bunch of other stuff as well too, so any bugs that you may have been experiencing have also been fixed as well too. Thank you very much, Nintendo. It is appreciated greatly. Overall, I'm happy with the changes. My rollers got buffed, so you know what? I don't care about anything else. Roller gets neglected a lot, even though it is a pretty good weapon. But yeah, very, very happy of the changes. I think I'm sad about S-Blast though. I love S-Blast. Sad to see it hurt like this, but it's probably for the best. It's probably for the best. I say as I go and cry in the corner. But let me know what you guys think, of course, of this patch right here. Did your weapon get buffed or nerfed? Let me know. Are you going to be sad or happy? Let me know. And if you need a hug or emotional support, leave that in the comment as well too. I will give you a virtual hug, all right? I promise you. I'll like leave a message replying normally like how I always do, and then I'll put like a virtual hug or like a high five, whatever you're comfortable with, all right? All right, whatever you're in my home, all right? You're my guest here, all right? I'll make sure that you're okay. Overall, I'm excited for this update. I think it's going to be a very interesting and cool patch. Yeah, I think this is going to be the biggest update since GrandFest. I think it's going to be a very important update for sure, and it's definitely going to change up the game enough to where I'm going to want to play it way more, because Splatoon 3 right now is kind of dry, and hopefully will hold me over until Raiders or a potential Splatoon 4 comes out one day. But yeah, very interesting. I'm going to be streaming this as well too, if you guys want to see me stream this game, or if I make some YouTube videos about it. Subscribe, because I do that as well too. Also, when this update drops, I'll try to see if I can stream as well too. If you want to watch me, Super Cafe here on YouTube, TikTok, or Twitch, you can pick your poison when it comes to that stuff as well too. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and hopefully this was quick and still entertaining enough to be worth a click. If you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. If you didn't, don't leave a like. Hopefully I'll earn it next time. This has been Super Cafe, and I'll see you boys in the next one. Stay fresh.